In this video, we'll make sure that the user does not enter a string instead of a number using try and catch. We'll start off by declaring an integer variable named number. We then want to ask the user to enter a number. We want to assign the entered number into the variable. So initially the console.readLine comes in as a string. What we want to do is convert this to an integer. And so we won't lose this. We want to put it into the variable number. Okay, let's try and run this program and see what we get. So we'll start off by entering 34, and the next time let's try like say 4, and so we get this crash. So the program really throws an exception in our face. So this is the kind of exception we're trying to catch, and we get that message as well. So what we want to do is we want to try the conversion, because this is where an exception has been thrown. So what we'll do is we will try this block of code. I'll try this line. Let me just align things correctly. And if it fails, let's catch it. If it fails, let's catch it. Okay, so how do we catch it? So we want this specific exception. So let's catch that exception. All right. Let's see what we get. Oh, we also want to tell the user that something is gone wrong. So what I'll do is I'll declare a string named error. So string error, and we'll give it some initial value called error. Okay, so over here we can tell the user that something went wrong. Console.write line, and just display the error. Now over here we can overwrite the error. So we can say error is equal to must be a number entry. And then over here, if everything goes well, we can empty the error variable just like this. All right, so let's .NET run again, and let's put in 4. I've spelled it wrong, and it says must be a number. If we don't do this part, we'll just have that initial value. So this is how you can write up your own error message. And then let's just see if in the right case where we actually put in say 3, nothing happens, because it's anyway going to display an empty string because we've emptied the error over here. So this is sort of like saying there's no error. So another thing that I've got here is you can actually display the system generated error, and so that would be so we can, it's going to override this one, so I could just do it like this. So over here we just need to declare a variable of this type of exception, and then we can access the systems error like this, e.message. And so this is actually, if we go back to the beginning, this is going to be this message. Okay, so let's just put a semicolon there, save, and let's try this again. So we get the system generated error, which is input string was not in a correct format. So it's up to you if you want to write your own message or you want to write systems generated one. It's totally up to you. And again, I'm just going to try in the good case where we write in a number. Okay, so we can put this in a while loop if, so ask the user to enter a number if not a number, ask the user to re-enter. So what we want to do is we want to loop at least once. So in this case, we will say we'll access the string class, and we'll say if this error is not empty or null, we will is null or, and I also did a video on this in the past. If it's not, okay, so that's what we're trying to say. If this is not empty, if this variable is not empty or null, go inside the loop. So we are going in. So let me just sort of say, I'll take all of this and put it in here. And let me just highlight things and indent accordingly. Okay, so we're in. So in this case, we're going to keep looping. At least the first time we will get in because we have something in there. But then if everything goes well, this line here sets the error to empty. And it means this part didn't happen. If we do enter a string entry, this line will be skipped and it will come to the catch block immediately. So the loop will only repeat if the user puts in string entry. So let's try that. So 4, 3, 2, anything. It's going to loop until it's happy with a number. So that's how we can loop through and make sure that the user re-enters a number in case of an invalid entry. We can even restrict the user to a certain range. So enter a number between 0 and 100, both inclusive. So let's kind of take this to another step. Ask the user. So enter a number. Sorry, I put this in the wrong place. Or maybe here, enter a number between, and this line goes into a comment. I'll take that one. Maybe that comment should really be here. Yeah. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're saying it should be within that range. So we're going to turn this into a ternary, we're going to use the ternary operator. So that's saying if number is greater than or equal to 0, and at the same time the number is less than or equal to 100, so inclusive, we're including just including these two boundary, 0 and 100. If this condition is true, whatever comes in after the question mark is what we would like to go into the error, which we want to empty. In the case of this condition being false, whatever after the colon, we would like to tell the user number is outside the range. That's it. That's all we need to do. So let's .NET run again. So here we'll try 3, anything like a string. But now if we do -1, it's saying that number is outside the range. So that's what's gone into error. And if we say 101, it's also outside the range. But if we say 100, which is inclusive because of the equal to sign, in that case we've gone and emptied the error variable and we just exit the program. If you need to do more work with that, like if you need to do things with a number like calculations, then you can do that right after you come out of the while loop. So yeah, so where is it? Yeah, so after you come out of here, you can just progress with the program. Progress further. Let's try it. So here is when things don't go right. 400 and whatever, like a large number, and then you say 4, then just progress further to whatever you need to do. I hope this helped you, and I'll see you in the coming ones.